And just one of the ways that I think that I've seen that gay marriage has victimized children is in this whole world of IVF and just it seems to be, and you can speak to this because you would know more about, boots on the ground, what this actually looks like. But it just seems like that industry has just exploded because obviously, if you have two men or two women and they can't procreate on their own, they're going to need to be going outside of that to try to make that happen. Lots of times that happens through IVF and paying a woman to be a surrogate and all sorts of things like that. But you see so much online. And right now, it's so hard to know what is real and what is true because of AI and all of the trickery that goes on. But like I see these posts about designer babies and how people are selecting for sex and they're like discarding embryos that might have propensity for disease or something in the future, which is, heading toward eugenics if it's not already there. Like, are we there? Are we doing eugenics in this country now? Like, speak to that.
Yes, we're doing eugenics in this country. There are some things that have not yet happened. Like there's been a few rounds of sort of artificial wombs, sort of ectopic matrix-like videos. That is not real yet. They are working on it. What
Mm.
is real is being able to screen your embryos for up to 1,200 different traits so that you can eliminate the ones that do not have the traits that you want. We think about IVF as this is a way to help infertile couples have children. Yeah, that sometimes happens, but those same infertile couples are going to be at clinics where 75% of them offer sex selection. Almost all of them are going to virtually force you to do pre-implantation screening so you can discard the embryos that are maybe have some kind of genetic abnormality or perceived genetic abnormality, because a lot of time the tests are wrong.
Mhm.
All of them are going to grade your embryos. They're going to rank them A, B, C, or D. They're going to encourage you to keep or implant the A embryos and freeze or discard the subpar embryos. And so, you've already have clinics even before the total genome screening was available that could test babies' embryos for things like eye color. And, they're not saying we're going to make a baby we're not going to make a little girl with this specific shade of azul blue eyes. We're going to make 20 babies and we're going to test all of them. And we're going to reject the ones that are not little girls with this specific color of azul blue eyes. So that is eugenics. That's exactly
Mhm.
what it is, right? You're deciding what is fit, and who is not. The fit ones survive. The unfit are discarded and destroyed. And how are they destroyed? They're either left in freezers forever, they're thawed or discarded, or they're donated to research. And so that is what's happening in the world of IVF. Big fertility gets so much traction off of us thinking, well, this is how my sister who really wants to have babies is going to be able to have a baby. But even those of us in the conservative Christian pro-life world very rarely are going to engage with IVF in a way where no child loses their right to life and no child
Right.
loses their right to their mother and father. But you're right. If adults are going to be truly equal in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of the culture as it relates to marriage and family, then and the law, technology and the law have to accomplish what biology prohibits, which is making two adults of the same sex parents of a child. So that means reorienting all of parenthood law away from the natural contours of the family, a biological connection, male and female, a procreative relationship. And it has to be reordered around the specific designs of the adult. And then the technology has to exist to extract sperm, egg, and rent womb so that you can acquire other people's children. That's what it is. If you are a same sex couple and you want a child, you are now saying, in essence, you have a right to other people's offspring. So, of course, in the middle of all of this, it is children who pay the price. That's what happens when culture, law, and technology gets family wrong. Children are the victims.